When you first heard about the murder of Charlie Kirk, what was your immediate gut reaction to it?
Well, horror, absolute horror. And I unfortunately saw the video of it, and it's beyond belief what happened to him, and that should never happen to anybody. I don't care what your political beliefs are. That's not acceptable.
A number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. You know, it was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all, in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country.
Hello, Mr. President. My name is Mick Foley. We've only met once. We are both members of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2013. We had a very short conversation where you told me it was an excellent speech. You had your two sons next to you, 2 or 3. And I said, thank you, Mr. Trump. But since then, I've become a fairly constant critic, and I think I've had good reason to do that. But I believe if I'm going to have any credibility as a critic, I have to be willing to give credit where it's due, and you are due a lot of credit. I believe I'm going to be excoriated by people from the left and the right alike, but I have to take the chance. Now, I want to make it a point, this is not a joke. I'm not out here to sling one-liners at you, to call you names. I'm here to appeal to you as a human being, because only you can stop the madness that's going on in our country. I believe you are due a lot of credit when it comes to the Gaza ceasefire and peace plan. You deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. It's yours if you can stop the madness in this country, because you will not be given the Nobel Peace Prize if you are seen as inciting tension, terror, and if you are seen zip-tying children and senior citizens, abducting day laborers just looking to do an honest day's work. I don't want to use the word terror, but if people are terrified across wide swaths of the United States, in my opinion, that's terrorism. I know you're surrounded with some really bright people. We'll talk about Stephen Miller another time, but this is for an audience of 2. You, Mr. President, and your communications director, Stephen Chung. Stephen Chung, I know you're good with the one-liners. Let's face it, you got a lot to work with. You're the missing ear.
WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley is officially stepping away from the company, citing his refusal to represent an organization so closely aligned with the Trump administration. The hardcore legend, known for putting his body on the line for decades, revealed on Instagram that he informed WWE Talent Relations he will no longer make public appearances or re-sign his Legends contract when it expires this June. While Foley noted that he has long been uneasy with WWE's ties to Donald Trump, specifically citing the administration's treatment of immigrants, he stated that the final straw was the president's recent comments regarding the death of actor-director Rob Reiner. Foley pulled no punches, claiming he cannot represent a company that coddles a man he views as void of compassion and a threat to democracy. The tension comes as the relationship between WWE and the White House remains tighter than ever, with former CEO Linda McMahon recently appointed as Secretary of Education. The specific catalyst for Foley's exit was a series of Truth Social posts where President Trump suggested that Rob Reiner's death was caused by Trump derangement syndrome. Trump's remarks, which Foley labeled incredibly cruel, characterized the filmmaker as a tortured and struggling figure. Despite his deep love for the WWE and the opportunities they provided him throughout his career, Foley concluded his announcement with a classic pop culture reference, stating that, like Popeye, he stands all he can stand and he can stand no more. Check out all my merch links in this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.